There we go. I'm trying to decide. I might actually mute Spotify here because the game music is actually really, really nice. Oh, wow. Okay. That's awesome. Thank you for that link. I will do that after stream probably because that is too good of a deal.
What's the deal?
You can get Persona 5 for like super cheap.
Ooh.
I don't know the conversion from pounds to the US dollar, but
yeah, only one of us needs to buy it, so.
Yeah.
I probably won't play it, thinking about it. I think that's more of a you game.
Persona 5. Oh, wow. That is a really good deal. Wait, there's so many different versions. Which one am I looking for? I'm assuming it's Royal. Yeah, 1359. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely be doing that. Okay, we're doing normal. Oh, okay. Hopefully it doesn't lag super bad. We will see. I might have to cap the frame rate. Okay. When weavers born in the next era ask what we were willing to risk, wrangling these capricious lands... Oh, it's too fast. Oh, shoot.
The Enclave sealed
My bad.
away
Thank you for mentioning it.
known as the Veil. Rich and powerful leaders were wounded and killed. Decades of war broke out. Every nation suffered an economic collapse. The world is calmer now, but magic has been shunned, taking the blame for decades of unrest. Weavers remain pariahs to this day.
Is it really difficult? Because I heard it's like a Souls-like.
While some weavers remember what it was like before the surge, I've never known a time when weavers had a home. I chose this life years ago, but I'd be lying if I said it has lived up to all I hoped it would be. Still, my luck might be changing. A few weeks ago, I began traveling with a new weaver band. Now, they've brought me here.
Okay.
Where it all began.
That makes me feel better. Because I was still down for a Souls-like, but I was also a little scared that I would get really frustrated.
Thanks.
I'm super excited.
Bryn, over here.
Ooh, okay, nice. Yeah, I used to play Monster Hunter World all the time, so I'm very excited for the gear crafting. And then I played a little bit of Wilds, but to be honest, I did not like Wilds as much as World. Ooh, okay.
What do you think?
When you told me that joining your band meant I'd see the Veil, I wasn't picturing this.
No No one's been this close in years. The base is shrouded in tangles. Weavers have known about this safe zone in the Vale's shadow for decades, but no one has found a route into it. Until now. You have no idea what I had to do to puzzle out this passage.
I definitely want to hear that story later.
My hope is that we're going to find artifacts from the Enclave itself deeper into the shadow. I'll stay to oversee the camp setup. Why don't you take the preliminary scouting expedition?
Really?
Of course. It's important for the other weavers to see how you do in the field. The map I bartered for in Tarza suggests there's a watchtower deeper into the valley. Shouldn't be too far from where we are.
That's my first landmark, then?
Yes, it should help us get our bearings before we start the search for the Strand Road. And if you make any discoveries, that will endear you to the band.
For sure. I'd love to find my footing with the rest of them.
I'll act as the watcher on the scry and pull you back if anything gets too dangerous. Just steer clear of the tangles. Any questions before you head out?
This is giving Avowed vibes, and I'm really liking it. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I didn't read the tip. Oops, I was too distracted by reading this the questions. Okay, she mentioned the Strand Road. Ask what that is. This might be a little strange, but ask her to explain the scry. Yeah, let's ask about the scry.
I know the scry is a standard device across Weaver bands.
Okay.
My previous leader, Aaron, didn't really make use of ours.
He sent you on expeditions without it?
I mean, I wore the earpiece, but he didn't exactly stay close to the table at the camp while I was out.
That's incredibly dangerous. I'm surprised you're still alive.
Yeah. Anyway, mind explaining how it works in your Weaver band?
When you go on an expedition, you'll wear the earpiece, which allows me to communicate with you and give directions from the scry table. At the table, everyone will be able to watch your expedition and communicate with you as needed. The last, most important function of the scry is that it allows me to use magic to pull you back to camp when your life is in danger.
Right.
Ooh, that's kind of cool. So I'm not alone out there. Thank goodness. Okay, so we're gonna ask about the Strand Road.
A famous trade route into the Enclave that led straight to Denevron, the hub for bartering magical goods. Before the Surge, caravans used the Strand Road to enter and exit the Enclave with their goods. It's been completely submerged by tangles, unfortunately. Still, if we can get any closer to that passage, we will find rare artifacts lost in the Surge.
Interesting, okay. That's all I needed to know. I'm ready to head out.
Up anything I needed to know. I'll head to the watchtower.
Glad to hear it. You can head out then.
I really like the character design so far. I used to play D&D more than Pathfinder. And I know Pathfinder has some races that are, has some races that are animal-based.
Must be the tangles.
Hang on.
Still, strong enough to pull you out like you practiced. Dom?
I'm on it.
Okay, they're done talking. I didn't want to talk over them. Anyway, we played this one D&D campaign called Humblewood, I believe. And basically, like, all of the characters, or, like, all of the races are different types of, like, woodland creatures and stuff. So this is, like, making me think of that very heavily for some reason. You were literally typing that? Yeah. Also, I'm using controller. I don't know if I'm gonna stick with controller. Can we, like, go other places? I think I might have to limit the frame rate. Hang on a second. Let me try that really quickly and see how that does. Because my frames are not great.
The veil. Even more impressive up close.
Let me know if it looks really bad on your end. Because if the frames are making it look too bad, I might try to figure something out.
Magnify the enchantment and
Thanks. Got visuals back.
The veil shadow is
Okay, good.
incredible. Never seen anything like it.
The closer you get to the veil, the thick
Tangles. Beautiful.
and deadly. Give them a wide berth.
Being in contact with a tangle will hurt Bryn over time. Okay.
Those could be rare exports. You heard our quartermaster. Break 'em open.
I was just curious if I would get anything for breaking that as well. Oh. I'm not gonna lie, I
Completely frozen.
just was jumping in general. Okay. Weaver's Grasp. Lifts and moves objects and creatures. A purple aura marks valid targets, while those marked red are too heavy for the current level of the strand. Left trigger to prepare the strand. Hold right trigger to cast. Release right trigger to throw it forward. I will forget that immediately. Not your cart, I'm sorry.
to the veil.
See those glowing bulbs? Infernal alliums. They combust when broken. So, if I toss one at the wall, its fire will melt the ice.
Brilliant. Best to use kinetic magic to keep clear of the blast.
Give it a moment to cool. Then you should be able to climb.
Oh. Oh. It's taking longer than a minute. Ow. That hurt a lot.
Vitality tonics on your belt. Take a swig if you need it.
That's a very tall tower.
Knowing the watchtower's relative position establishes the distance to the Strand Road. You can come back to... What is that?
Coral. There were rumors of a living mineral that grew deep beneath the Enclave's surface. It seems they were true.
There's more of it in that cave. I could take a closer look.
Too risky to deviate from the plan. First outing was just to reach the watchtower.
This is going well. I say we check it out before finishing the expedition.
What could possibly go wrong? Absolutely nothing. I'm sure there is no big bad in this cavern that is going to completely obliterate me.
Beautiful. I've never seen anything like it.
Darm's right about it being a living mineral. I can feel it humming with magic.
Wait, I'm losing.
Aurea?
That's only a dragon. It's fine.
Bryn, connections back.
It's not like dragons are one of the hardest creatures to kill in like all fantasy lores.
Yeah.
Pulling you out.
Oh, but I wanted to learn how to fight. Oh, yay, it didn't work.
Just pray. I knew this was a bad idea.
We can't extract you.
Dom, fix it. And
Is
Lane,
there a dodge?
on standby for her return.
Oh, what am I doing? Wrong button. Okay. Yay! Oh, there's another one. Oh, ow. Oh, I was hitting the wrong button.
Head out of the cave so we can get our...
Yeah, there's a lot of buttons already. Plus, I'm so used to, like, Elden Ring buttons. And so I was spamming RB to attack. So I was putting down the shield when I needed to have it up. Ah, I keep doing it. I know you want to break. There we go. I think this is where I came from, right? Yeah, okay. Oh no, I'm not fighting a dragon. No, no, no. Pull me out right now. I like how we just didn't move whatsoever. We were just like, oh, there's a dragon spewing fire directly at my face.
Drake.
Let me just stand here.
Quick, your frost magic can cool a path.
Okay, ice wall. Ice wall rapidly freezes water in the air to create chunks of ice useful for pinning foes of all sizes or creating ledges or bridges. For distant targets, aim at the furthest point and draw the ice closer. Yeah, bless you, Daniel.
Thank you.
Left trigger to prepare the strand, right trigger to cast. Okay, left trigger. Ow. confused. Why is this not working? Okay, there we go. Ouch.
Good. John's still working on the scribe, but you need to keep moving. Lane, got anything from the map?
There should be a minor patrol path ahead that loops back to the watchtower. Oh, it runs close to the Vale, though.
It's our only option.
Oh, that's
I'm
not
on
what I
it.
meant to do.
Aurea, that Drake's acting like...
Let's just focus on getting her back safe.
I can't attack this thing. It just keeps backing up. Oh gosh, ow. Can I freeze it? Oh, I can. Interesting. Use the ice. I used ice. Okay, keep moving. Oh, never mind. That's a lot of dogs.
You gonna pet those dogs?
No. I'm hiding from them dogs. The dragon is petting them though.
Damage Casmin was right. That Drake is rotting. Erratic flight. Aggressive. It won't stop.
Skies, what do we do?
We get you back to the caravan fast.
Give me all the vitality potions. I suck. Oh, what am I doing? Left bumper. And B.
Clear line of fire. Good time to use your bow.
Oh, wait. Can I... Oh. Hold RB to draw. Oh, that's very weird. Okay. Yeah, petting. I mean, that's what it was, right? He just wanted to say hi to the big doggos.
If I'm reading the map correctly, following this brook should lead to the path guards used to reach the watchtower prior to the surge.
I should probably re-equip the sword and shield really quick. I like how you can destroy like everything. Oops. Ow. Stop that. Cool. I am learning things. But also this could cool a lot faster and I would be very happy.
That Drake is never far behind. Just keep going.
Gonna blow on it, yeah.
That's the path.
You're doing great, Bryn. Final stretch.
That can't be an arc.
No one has seen one in almost 50 years.
Is that like a golem?
Outside the veil.
The Archons never left the Enclave. Still, you need to get... You've got to hold it off.
I don't want to fight the dragon. I really don't want to fight the dragon. Have an ice shard on your nose. Ow. Let's not attack me with said ice shard. Yeah? I'm scared. Yeah, I should be scared. I'm gonna die. Simply put. Oh! I told you. I told you I was going to die. We have a new friend!
Skies. If this isn't the strangest.
Goodbye, Mr. Dragon. Please leave now. Thank you.
Hang on, Bryn.
I like how the arc dude just wakes up and then walks away.
Everything okay back there?
Change of plans, everyone! Back up! You're... What? We're coming to you, Bryn. Follow that arc. We need to go. Now.
Oh no, all of the stuff. All the supplies. He's got shit to do. I mean, fair. Oh no.
Wait!
Oh no. Not Aurea.
I'm fine. Keep moving.
Aurea's badass.
Guys, the arc.
Well, that wasn't frightening at all. I like how the screen is flashing red because I'm like dead. Goodness gracious. You good over
Sorry.
there?
Yeah.
Keep it down in the back. When you gotta cough, you gotta cough. But it just so happened to have spooked me. Nice. Achievements.
Has anyone else noticed we're practically sitting on a loot crate?
That can wait, Dom. Aria, you should be resting. If your wing doesn't heal, our point is out of commission.
That's what I need to address. While my wing recovers, Bryn will take over expeditions as our acting point.
You sure she's ready for all of this?
Of course we're ready.
An Ash Peak Drake and live to tell the tale.
I mean, I didn't,
think we're in
but...
good hands.
Yes. I have every confidence that she will make a great point.
As long as we don't all die here first.
He's my favorite. He looks the coolest. Okay. Oh. I always miss the freaking tooltips. It's all the way at the top. I'd rather just be smack dab in the middle. Okay. The team needs a pep talk. Remind them we're still weavers. The team needs to have faith in me and inspire with confidence. The team is understandably nervous. Offer reassurance. Ooh. Flu season. Hi, Meow! Yeah, it do be the flu season. Okay. What do I want to do here? How do I want to play this? In general. What kind of character do I want to be? This is always the hardest part for me. Because normally I just play all of the characters how I would play, or like how I would react in situations. Let's be the best Bryn you can be. I will. Mostly because I'm the only Bryn that I can be. Let's do confidence.
All my life, if I wasn't dreaming about becoming a point, I was working towards it. To do it alongside a renowned weaver band, it's a chance to make history. I won't let you down.
That's the spirit.
Exactly. When we first set out to investigate the Veil's shadow, we had no idea we'd end up here. The Enclave was once a safe haven for all weavers, and the pinnacle of innovation. Since the Veil went up, weavers took the blame for decades of war. Stories that put children to bed, preached the evils of our magic, all because of what happened here. We owe it to ourselves and to our brethren across the Maida to find out not just what happened, but why. Maybe then, weavers can find our place in the world again. But first, survival. Bryn, that's you and me. Find me when you're ready. Adjourned.
How are you doing, Meow?
The scry. The whole band gathers around when I'm away from camp. It's nice to have people literally watching my back.
You know, to be quite honest, this is not what I imagined the scry would look like. But also, it makes perfect sense that it looks like this. Ooh, is there motion blur? I did not think to check that. It's a loom! It is a loom! Hold on. I just dumb? I guess there's just not any motion blur. Okay. Because of threads and stuff. Yeah, because of threads and stuff. Oh no, I'm sorry you're not sleeping well. Change equipment. Gear equipped at Casman's caravan will be the loadout Bryn takes into her expeditions into the Enclave. Casman is your favorite? Loadouts can be changed at any time at base camp, but cannot be swapped while in the field. Okie-dokie. Really, buddy?
What is it? What'd you hear? You wanna go check it out? Oh, okay, let's go check it out. Yeah?
Okie doka. I don't think I have any other options at the moment, so.
Hey, Casman. Recovering from our wild entrance into the Enclave?
Save it, okay? I know I should have been more prepared to move.
Hold on, that's not what I...
If I had been more prepared, we wouldn't be missing half our supplies. With more supplies, I could have done a better job patching up Oria's wing. If I had fixed her wing properly, we wouldn't be in unknown territory with a point who...
Casman, don't you dare say it.
Whatever it is, just say it, Kaz.
No, don't say it.
You're no Oria. I'm sorry. But she has more experience and who knows what's out there.
Excuse me, ma'am, but how am I to gain more experience if I don't do it? I mean, I literally
My
just
job
said
is
this, so.
important, but we all have a part to play in our survival. I know you can do yours. Trust that with everyone's help, I'll be able to do mine too. I'm not in this alone, Kaz. Neither are you.
You're right. It's just that Oria has been point for so long. I need to give you a chance, though. I'll try.
That's all I ask.
Okay, cool. I'm sure I will live long and sleep long, so yeah. I mean, but having bad sleep does suck still. Is it just you're having issues falling asleep or like staying asleep? Or both? Dumb.
Gates must need a massive source of magic to function. Instantaneous transit across hundreds of leagues.
Dom? Hello? Everything okay?
Brain, you are going to check out the loom gate at some point, right?
Yeah, of course. I'll get around to it.
Good, good. Why it refuses to function is a mystery we must unravel together. A priority.
Not worried about our survival in an unknown land filled with volatile magic like the others?
Details. There is so much to discover, survival will take care of itself. Or Casman will insist it does, at least. So, our acting point. Is your heart racing at the prospect of traversing these lost lands?
Okay, Siggy, good night. Have good sleep. Grew up listening to stories about the Enclave. Enthused at the prospect of living them. Heart racing. Doesn't begin to cover it. Tell him you're ready to jump into action. This isn't quite how I thought I'd become point. Admit to being nervous.
Oria injuring her wing as we all stumble through the veil isn't how I envisioned starting my career. It's kind of...
A lot?
yeah, to say the least. I don't know. I just thought there would be more time to prepare.
The best adventures rarely have carefully planned beginnings, Bryn of Carnhaven. Besides, you're not alone in this. We're all here to help you. After all, your success is our success.
Thanks, Dom.
Of course. Now, if you'll excuse me, something else is tugging at my attention.
Loom gates.
Loom gates.
I like Dom. He's funny. Okay. There's the big tiger, lion. I don't know what he is, but I want to talk to him.
Sev, how are you holding up?
Oh, fine. I mean, I'm trapped inside a magic bubble that's filled to the brim with life-threatening creatures. Also, left an entire known world behind, and I'll probably never see remnants of my past life again. But, you know, I'm fine.
It's okay if you're scared, Sev. I'm a little nervous myself.
Oh, good. Our point is warriors. One person who's supposed to be fearless. Yeah.
I said nervous, not scared. Just saying.
Sev,
This apprenticeship is turning into more than I signed up for.
that is completely understandable. We're all reeling.
Yeah. You're probably right. Listen, I should get back to helping Sola.
Of course. I'm here for you, Sev. We all are.
Sure. Yeah.
Ugh, that always sucks. I hate when that happens to me as well. I usually just end up reading or something though, and then that makes me sleepy enough. But that does not work for most people, I will say. I'm sure you've tried many things to try to help, so I'm sorry that you're struggling with sleep. Okay, crafting. Craft new arms and armor at the smithy. Each design uses a combination of different classes of material, forged, carved, etc. Those materials are divided into slots. The top slot uses the most materials, but has the biggest impact on the item's status. Materials have properties such as weight, resistance to heat, and so on, while also affecting color. Mix and match materials to create custom gear in both ability and looks. Some questing also require Some quests also require crafting. These live in their own category but work the same, provide the needed materials, and craft the item to advance. Quest materials are only ever used for one recipe. Cool. Can I... Interesting. Okay.
You've been busy.
It's a work in progress. Taking stock and all. We lost a lot of gear running for our lives. Speaking of, are you doing okay?
I'm eager to explore till I'm ready for this. I can't wait. Share my enthusiasm. This place is dangerous. Get a sense of urgency.
I'm great. This is the opportunity of a lifetime.
Now I'm used to it. Now it's part of me. I mean, I'm glad you're looking at a bright side of it, but also I'm really sad that you have to accept it, because not having good sleep can really mess with like your thought process and things like that, and that can be really rough when you're going through school and stuff. So, but I mean, I'm glad you've accepted it, I guess. I hope that you can get better sleep soon, though.
Point has to have that kind of attitude. Just be careful. You don't want that lifetime to be cut short. Oh, and listen. We've got your back, okay? All of us. Right now, we need to focus on getting our feet back under us. And you need to get the lay of the land while we do.
Okay. I think I've spoken to pretty much everyone.
I wonder how this arc managed to get us through the veil.
By the looks of it, it was a one-way ticket.
Well, the Enclave built many arcs and other magical constructs. I've never heard of one designed to repel Drake's breath, though.
You you think we might find another ark that could help us escape?
Or possibly repair this one? It must be special somehow. As Aurea said, the arcs never left the Enclave, yet this one did.
We know as much as we can from looking at it. Time to start exploring if we want to find answers.
Oh. Okay, great. There's a lot to read. Okay, here we go. More reading. The Enclave was a city-state located on the southern arc of the I know they said this already. Maida Sea, founded centuries ago by a group of weavers led by the eccentric but daring Maximilian Arden. It became a hard-won refuge for those most interested in the magical arts. Securing the territory that would become the Enclave was no easy task. The environment presented a variety of challenges. The terrain was often nigh impassable. The local fauna was unusually vicious, and the weather was unpredictable at best. These trials, among many others, tested the wills of even the most resolute settlers. Despite this, a nation-state slowly formed from humble beginnings, and in the years after its founding, the Enclave became home to many practitioners of both the magical and mundane arts. At the height of its power, the Enclave boasted the densest accumulation of magically trained warriors, vast wealth from its concentrated ability to produce and innovate on enchanted items, and remarkable political sway thanks to acting as a trade hub. Among its most notable achievements were the development of the arcs, magical constructs that served as laborers and protectors of the Enclave, with the largest towering over their creators. All of this prosperity made the sudden decision to seal the Enclave away behind a magical wall called the Veil as inexplicable as it was calamitous. In an instant, the Enclave was shut off from the outside world, its magical wall spilling toxic concentrations of raw magic down its sides. The activation of the Veil also sent a shockwave of energy that caused extensive and often deadly malfunctions on all enchanted devices across the Maida. What followed was decades of strife, as the sudden disaster sparked numerous wars and disasters. The Enclave lurks still, leagues of land shrouded under its deadly veil. It acts as a constant reminder of the dangers of magic that ensures weavers who still follow the traditions that founded the Enclave are mistrusted. To this day, nobody is quite sure what happened to all those people inside. And here we are making camp at its edge. I write this in the curious stillness that permeates the air. It is unlike other places. The Udine magpie does not sing here, and we do not fear attacks from bandits or aggressive wildlife. One might even call it idyllic, if not for the constant reminder of disaster looming over our heads. If you don't have the ability to fix it, just accept it. That is definitely one way to look at it, Meow. Definitely one way to look at it. Okay. Maida Basin. The lands of 7 great states drain into the basin of the Maida Sea. Kept apart and occasionally at each other's throats by centuries of political rivalries, alliances, and intrigues, these nations are nonetheless bound together by a dense web of trade dependencies, cultural fusion, and the shared threat of the numerous wild and magical creatures that stalk the dark corners of the region. Youngest of these nations, prior to the calamitous magical surge, was the Enclave, home to the weavers and their masterful enchantments. To the south, the secretive desert kingdoms of Taza stretch behind a wall of mountains that act as a defensive curtain. To the east of the Enclave lay the rich mercantile houses and fleets of the Udine Federation. These family-ruled city-states rarely cooperate, but can form a surprisingly unified front when tested. Swinging north of the Great Sea are the hardy people of Donbrennig, battered by the storms sweeping west off the endless ocean. Further inland inland lays the great empire of Sansas? Sansas? Sure. Rich with prime agricultural lands, mighty armies, and wealth from conquest. Further west still, one finds the rebellious nation of Callanhaven, Calnhaven, perched in ore-rich mountains. Memories of their domination by the Sansas monarchy still sting fresh, and to Calnhaven's southwest, nestled deep in the last valleys before the end of the world, looms Renland. Rich with tradition and dominated by the Church of the Hallowed Pyre, the lines between clergy and noble have blurred over generations of the religion's dominant role. Oh my goodness. Enclave history. Oh my goodness, these are so long. Like, I want to read them because I want the lore, but holy crap. Okay. The region currently occupied by the Enclave city-state was formerly contested land where the alleged ownership shifted between Taza and various Udian city-states. Depending on the cartographer's political leanings, Dombrenig also laid claim to parts of the region. In practice, however, the land was deemed far too hostile to settle, and the matter of its ownership was merely a battle of rhetoric. This political stasis changed when a group of enterprising weavers led by a man named Maximilian Arden secured rights to attempt a settlement of the location from all three claimant nations. Arden hailed from old money in Renland and was a famed weaver, allowing him access to those with considerable clout in all three claimant nations. I like how they used the word clout when that is like new age slang, I'm pretty sure. I don't think that word existed before nowadays. Through a series of deft maneuvers, he managed to secure rights of settlement from Taza, Udia, and Dombrenig, and then used those rights to convince each patron in turn that pushing their claim could spark a war. Thankfully, Arden had a solution. He would purchase the settlement rights and found something independent. The gamble paid off. Rather than incite aggressions and diplomatic tensions from credible foes, the nations agreed to sell their claim to Arden. The land could become someone else's problem, and in the event of a war sparking, each country's coffers could benefit from Arden's money, though the amount he paid each was comparatively a pittance. With rights secured, Arden's team established Arden's Landing, a small settlement that grew over time into a trade port. Weavers across the Maida were drawn by the opportunities afforded by the new land, and many found themselves staying for good. Often called hearthsiders by the roving weaver bands, these early settlers laid the foundations for what would grow into the modern-day enclave. Races. Ashar. How does one describe oneself in clinical terms? It can be hard to set aside assumptions of normal as this lorekeeper experiences it, yet the peoples of the Maida are diverse, and so an effort must be made. Paired with the Kasil as the most populous peoples around the Maida, Ashar's skin tones range from a deep brown to so pale as to almost be marble white. They possess a wide range of hair and eye colors. Ashar generally live to be between 60 to 90 years of age, with proper care of self and judicious application of alchemy needed at times as the years advance. They can be found and usually share majority with their Kasil cousins in every nation around the Maida and at all strata of society. Of the two, Ashar are considered the sun-touched and tend to be most alert and awake during the day. In contrast to the preferentially crepuscular Kasil, the two cultures have grown in symbiosis since before recorded history, handing off the work of the day from Ashar to Kasil such that most enterprises are operational at all hours. Ashar harvests the grain under the sun to ensure it is dry and avoids the night's dew, while their Kasil counterparts thresh through the dark hours. Casil bakers prepare the morning's bread, then leave work to an Ashar-run morning house to wind down their day in the rising sun before sleep. On and on it goes. It is said that no great city in the Maida ever truly sleeps. Commerce, industry, and leisure never lack rested. Willing participants regardless of the hour. Kashar. While Casil and Ashar couples are not unheard of, it is understood that such romances require more of each other. With natural resting points as opposites, the two must find a compromise, often aided by modern alchemy. Our band has a couple that sometimes benefit from such aids, in fact. Also accepted is the simple truth that children of such pairings are rare as well, even should the couple be trying for such. The specific mechanics of how and why are best left to more detailed text, such as those stored in the hidden and poorly secured compartment under Casman's sock drawer. But suffice to say that the Kashar, as such children are called, are a source of much joy for the parents and community alike, as they stand as living testament to the cooperation of the two couples. Often living on a spectrum between their parents, Kashar are quite varied in appearance. Some boast horns, though many are smaller than those of their Casil parents. Some could pass as full Ashar or Casil. There seems to be no specific predictor or commonality between Kashar, except that to a one, they all seem to simply need less sleep than most anyone else. Often capable of staying awake for days on end with no seeming ill effects, Kashar often describe moments of fatigue when it hits them as overwhelming, and they can sleep a whole day away at those times. Casil. Casil are similar to Ashar in appearance, though their skin tones tend to be more varied and chromatic, and it's impossible to overlook their horns. Still, the two cultures have traditionally worked exceptionally well together for as long as history has tracked them. As a group, Casil tend to live a bit longer than the Ashar, entering their old age around 90 and naturally living to roughly 110 years of age. They also generally take longer to mature. With limited exception, young Casil tend to stay under the care of their parents into their 30s, creating a tight family bond that usually lasts a lifetime. Casil rarely move more than 2 to 3 Casil rarely have more than 2 to 3 children per couple, in part due to the long and dedicated investment of time and care in each child. As a result, they are nowhere near as populous as the Ashar, who tend to larger families. While they tend to be polite about it, it's generally accepted that while the Ashar generally think the Casil coddle their children and waste their time, the Casil feel their cousins are flighty and irresponsible parents. The Casil physiology is fundamentally adapted for nocturnal living. They possess keen dark vision and hearing compared to their Ashar cousins, and naturally sleep during the heat and sun of the day. Their horns are also exceptionally sensitive to sound and subtle fluctuations of the wind, making them exceptional hunters, guards, and so on, especially in the cover of night. This dynamic can be observed in our own Weaver band. Casman and Dom both prefer the late hours for their labors, though I find that they seldom make conversation while the rest of us are sleeping. As noted elsewhere in this collection, the Ashar and Casil dynamic has fundamentally shaped the Maida, with towns and cities alike offering services at all hours thanks to the range of available workers. Obrun. The Obrun are an avian race whose legends tell of a great migration from across the spires to the west of the Maida. They range in size from 4 to 7 feet tall and primarily evince sexual dimorphism through the color of their plumage. Compared to Ashar and Casil, Obrun are lighter in weight but roughly equal in strength. They are diurnal or nocturnal depending on the heritage or preference of the Obrun, and as many share the same working hours with the Ashar as they do the Casil. Obrun arms are long and support broad feathers which allow them to glide for short distances. Their lighter bodies are capable of high jumps and short glides that can allow them to cover ground quickly, especially rough ground. though the exertion of sustaining this kind of pronking glide is exhausting, according to both first-hand accounts and my own personal research. Oberon plumage is a deeply personal aspect of both culture and courtship, where their wings and tails become an extension of their expression. Often, Oberon weave time for dance into their social events, regardless of size. The dances are personal and varied. An Oberon may have a routine passed down through family or have developed one explicitly to display their finesse and devotion to a potential suitor. These dances can be performed in a group setting for celebration or for choreographed theater. A warrior may incorporate weapons into their dance like a kata, and in the case of warrior Oberon that are courting each other and wish to dance together, they may fight. A retired Oberon warrior was once heard reminiscing about his youth, to feel the blades in my hands, the throes of battle driving my talons to a rhythm unheard. It is the ultimate dance. One cultural divide that seems to have plagued the Oberon for some time is around the practice of clipping their wings. Some see the shortening of the feathers as simply a practical decision to keep them clear of a forge's flames or away from sword blows. Others, often the wealthy, consider the practice anywhere from uncouth to barbaric. Whether this distinction is maintained by the nobility specifically to suggest those who labor are simply worthless is an exercise best left to the reader. For what it's worth, I've asked Aurea her thoughts on the matter. She clips hers seemingly as a matter of practicality, and her response was simply to tell me to go help Casman gather firewood. This response supports my understanding that the decision is a deeply personal one. Rom. The Rom stand roughly 2 meters tall with broad shoulders, thick coats of fur, ursine features, and prominent tusks. They are powerfully built. Those who pursue physical labors or training prove capable of incredible feats of strength. On average, Rom live to be about 60 and reach maturity around age 14. The Rom have been present in the Maida Basin since before recorded history, but they remain solitary and in tight-knit social groups until only the past few hundred years, where more of the Rom have ventured to integrate into the Great Kingdoms. Despite this growing cooperation, many Roms still live apart from the larger Maida society to this day, preferring to live and operate in small foundholds. The concept of a found originated with the Rom, who typically cease to consider themselves children of their parents when they come of age. Instead, they form dynamic family units based on shared values and goals, living communally often with people of the same age. This isn't to say a Rom remaining with their parents found is unheard of. It is simply less common than the alternative. There have been some instances of non-Roms successfully joining into founds as well, though it is rare enough to be considered deeply unusual. Many Rom practice the cultural tradition of Rom Brailhem, a time of self-reflection when they seek a change from their everyday and tackle something new for a few months. A smith might put down their hammer and turn to poetry, while an artist might become a stevedore or pursue other manual labor. During these times, the found will support, financially or otherwise, their members who have turned away from work, knowing that in time they too will receive support when it is time for their Rom Brailhem. One might expect that I have learned the above facts by interviewing Sev, our apprentice blacksmith. He is, in fact, deeply shy and is difficult to pin down. It does not help one bit that Sola is always within earshot, more than happy to shoo me away. So, when it comes to the compilation of essential knowledge, all I have in this case are my books. Almost done. Cultures of the Maida. The Maida Basin offers its denizens a dazzling array of bounties. Chief among those, at least in this lore keeper's opinion, is our diversity of cultures, each adding a unique ingredient to our melting pot. When I say cultures, I do not specifically mean those limited to national borders. After all, borders on maps do not express the reach of ideas and relationships, and in reality serve only to inhibit them. But I digress. Each unique culture we know of is a fascinating subject for study, since gaining understanding of a foreign culture is a gateway to understanding more of one's own. For example, the High Kingdom of Taza encompasses a great number of cultural groups, many of which, particularly in the desert, choose to keep their interactions with the wider world limited. That culture is one of privacy, and learning to respect that through my travels there led me to better understand the ways in which the more open cultures around the Meta communicate. Every nation in the Meta region shares a similar mix of people, merged around through centuries of trade caravans, migration, opportunity, and crisis alike. Most numerous of us all, the Ashar and Kasil, have always lived side by side in relative harmony. Similar in size and stature, the two are fundamentally different in how they approach their day. The Ashar thrive under the sun and sleep with the moon, while the Kasil are nocturnal, better attuned to the sounds and lightings of nights. Together they have formed societies that never sleep. There are always provisioners open, caravans rolling into town, hunting and farming at all hours in any stead, as the two hand off the entirety of the day to one another with little friction. Rarely, but to great celebration, the two might even come together and have a child known as a Kasar. For just as long, the feathered Oberon have lived alongside the twin races, their quick eyes and deft hands making them incredible craftspeople, hunters, and warriors alike. Oberon culture celebrates detail and attention, and they excel at any task they dedicate themselves to. Our Weaver band's leader, Aurea, is one of the Oberon's very best. The most recent people to join this rich tapestry of Meta life are the Rom, large, fur-covered, and famously even-tempered. The Rom still tend to live in smaller community family groups known as Founds. There has been a slow migration to the cities in recent decades, though, and numerous Rom have found gainful employment as laborers, craftspeople, and guards. Those few who have indulged politics have found considerable fame for their insight and unflappable natures. Magic. Enchanting. Enchanting, put simply, is the art of working a strand of power into an object so that it can create fantastical effects. The process requires considerable expertise, magical aptitude, as well as expensive alchemical ingredients. An enchanter, thus, is a central member of any weaver band, yet reliant on the rest of the band to pursue their function. A well-trained point can harvest strands of power from mighty foes and typically benefits the most from the resulting enchantments, while the rest of the group provides materials and create the objects to be enchanted. According to our mercurial enchanter Dom, the most challenging aspect of his work lays in not disrupting the strand while working with it. The most powerful strands are harvested directly by the point who intends to use them, forming the strand through a mix of their own magic and the creature's innate abilities. To work with such a strand risks breaking that special melding and so requires a light touch on the part of the enchanter. Also complex is the act of preserving a resonance. Enchanters create these gauzy copies of the original strand for future study. Too weak to carry the kind of energies channeled by a point, resonances can nonetheless be seen as an archive of a band's adventures. They are often used to study subtle differences in strands collected from different creatures across the known world. Strands. Strands are a very heart of a weaver's arsenal and purpose. To the lay person, they are easy to describe. A weaver harvests a strand from the great creatures that menace our lands, weaves the strand into their mantle, and then, with practice, can mimic some element of that creature's power. That is as good a summary as any, but the finer details of each step are intricate beyond belief. For instance, each point undergoes heavy training, aided by various alchemical concoctions, to be able to sense the locus of a creature. Hey! Thank you for the follow! Thank you, Cripsdale. Many points fail at this critical step in their training. As it is arduous and disorienting, those who succeed often describe it as a transcendental breakthrough. like a shift in perspective or a revelation while viewing art. The act of harvesting requires yet more skill points who wish to... Oh, let me try that again. The act of harvesting requires yet more skill. Points who wish to truly master their abilities must push some of their own magic into the creature's locus. This creates a strand, which is a blend of the two magics. The creature's naturally giving purpose and effect to the strand, while the point's magic gives it form. From there, the strand must be maintained, requiring focus and discipline, until it can be passed to an enchanter, who then weaves it into the point's mantle. This process is delicate in the extreme and explains why the strongest strands can only be wielded by the point who harvested them. The resulting strand is a unique blend of their magic and the creature's. No other weaver could channel high levels of raw magic through a strand not intimately connected to their own abilities. It is for this reason that we are blessed to travel with Aurea Silverbeak, who can only be described as a true veteran in the disparate arts demanded of a weaver band's leader. Due to the brief nature of my tenure here, I have only been lucky enough to witness her harvesting a strand once. It is a spectacle I shall not soon forget. How long is this one? Oh my goodness, okay. A history of magic. Magic fills the very air of the Maida, invisible and undetectable by normal senses, and yet a fundamental underpinning of the world we live in, this elemental, or raw, magic is collected and focused by certain massive creatures to incredible effects. This is not to say it is exclusive to those mighty behemoths. It is also present in the glow of night flowers, the summer breeze, and in Akala's call. And it lays dormant and filled with potential in the people of the Maida as well. Historically speaking, alchemy was the gateway to our understanding. Distillation and combination of plants and other materials to enhance the performance of workers and warriors alike as more powerful combinations were uncovered, and more dangerous materials required for their manufacture. The bands that would eventually become weavers formed wandering slayers of mighty beasts fighting beyond their natural potential. In time, the weaver points who must heavily use the magically infused alchemy reports the ability to see how the larger creatures were channeling their magic, appearing like intricate patterns on the skin of creatures as they drew upon their magic. These locus points of energy were soon dubbed strands, and after years of experimentation, a way to capture refine these strands was developed. After years of training and attuning through alchemical practice, a point can learn to harvest these strands and capture the magic's pattern, allowing skilled enchanters to weave those strands into magical cloaks known as mantles. The process is intricate, dangerous, and it takes a point years to properly master the ability to channel a mantle's storage of magic safely. As such, while the path to magical abilities was technically open to all, access required a lifetime's dedication. Weavers were often looked at with envy, for people were quick to perceive their incredible abilities, but quicker still to forget the years of service that earned them. Envy is, of course, no longer the word one might use to describe a stranger's gaze. They fear us now, and one might even go so far as to say it is for good reason. Okay, we're reading the rest of these later. I'm done. This is too much. I just wanted to talk to this person.
Lane, you seem lost in thought. Settling in all right? Oh, Bryn. Yes, I am. And you? I notice you've been checking in with the others at the camp. You did? Are you spying on me? Oh, of course not. It's my vocation to observe. Not just you, everyone. In fact, if you'd like, I can tell you a little about the others. You are newer to our band, after all. Sev is relatively new to the team, too. Has Sola taken on smithing apprentices before him? No, she's never had an apprentice before. I don't know how he came to be her apprentice either. No one seems to. That's a little odd, isn't it? Not really.
Typically, Ram are very secretive, culturally speaking. Sev may remain an enigma. I wish you would open up, though. I'd like to learn more about his people.
Before joining, I knew Oria's band was renowned for its top-notch techniques in weaving. Why do you think that is?
To keep a points expedition gear competitive, you need a smith and an enchanter working in perfect harmony. And there's never been a pairing more harmonious than the union of our enchanter, Dan, and our smith, Sola.
They are sweet together.
Did you know Sola is descended from nobility in the Sansa Empire? Shame her family lost their fortune, though I suppose that's why she's so down to earth.
Are both Dharm and Sola from Sansa?
No. In fact, Dharm hails from Renland, where magic is completely forbidden. I often wonder if Dharm's fascination with enchanting would be as obsessive if magic wasn't dogmatically kept from him as a child.
I've travelled with the Weaver Band before, but it wasn't quite as functional as this. What makes this one run so smoothly?
The obvious answer is Oria. Not only is she a strong point and leader herself, but her mother is one of the most famous enchantresses of our time. She's grown up surrounded by excellence.
Wow. Still, it sounds like a lot to live up to.
If it is, Oria makes it look easy.
You said Oria is the obvious answer to this band's success. Is there a not-so-obvious answer?
Yes. While Oria runs the field, when it's time for the caravan to move, it's Kasmin who takes over. She used to be a quartermaster on the docks of Don Brennig, facilitating relief efforts for the Udean Federation. With the speed she can pack a caravan, it's no wonder that Oria trusts her to take over when it's time to move.
Given that I'm the newest member, how do you think I fit in?
It speaks volumes that Oria trusts you with taking over the expeditions this soon. I would have thought Kasmin might take over in this interim period instead of you.
Kasmin?
Up until about 6 months before you joined, Oria was training her to become her replacement as point. It was going well, then out of nowhere the training ended, and Oria began searching for a new point. I don't know if it was Oria's decision or Kasmin's, but either way, I suppose it's all for the best. You wouldn't be here otherwise.
Kasmin hasn't been the most welcoming towards me. I wonder if she could be upset that I'm the new point.
Knowing Kasmin, if she has a problem with you, it won't be long before she confronts you about it.
Ah, great. Lane, offering insight about the others is nice, but I came here to talk about you.
Oh, me?
Yeah. Tell me about yourself.
There's not much to know, really. I suppose I'm the typical third child to a second son of a patriarch of a minor mercantile house in Judea.
What?
I've enjoyed the experience of growing up in a family embroiled in feuds so long-standing that no living relative can recall inciting incidents firsthand. At a young age, scholastic endeavors became my escape from the familial turmoil until I could finally leave home, and so on and so forth. Nothing but a classical presentation of third-child issues in a Judean mercantile family.
Right. And how are you feeling since we entered the Enclave?
Truthfully, I'm not sure. Nothing's really wrong, but never mind.
You sure? Whatever's on your mind, I'm happy to listen.
Yesterday, entering the Enclave in our lifetime seemed impossible, yet today, here we are. It strikes me as an opportunity that was profoundly easy to miss. That's all. Anyway, thanks for listening.
Okay, that was so much reading. I like that this game has so much lore, though. Can I pet? Oh, I didn't want to climb. I just wanted to pet. That's so cute. Is this the loom gate?
So this is a loom gate. It's taller than I expected.
The Enclave Enclave constructed these for transit. Oh, imagine being able to travel leagues instantly. If only it were working.
There's no sign of damage. It just seems inert.
Deactivated, perhaps? Or simply lacking the energy such a powerful enchantment would need.
You'd know better than any of us. If we could get it working, though.
Oh, the possibilities. All the places we could go. Oh, to hold the hand of my most darling wife as we whisked around the Enclave. Metaphorically, of course. The Loom Gates famously moved people one at a time. Too dangerous otherwise, I imagine.
You're cute together. It's great to see a couple that shares such a love of their work with one another.
Who could have it any other way?
After being together for 7 years, we're bound to have something in common.
Come, my love. There must be something in the archives.
Okay, Aurea, I've made you wait long enough. Oh, there's tutorials. Target locking, climbing, fall damage. Armor bonuses. Crafted armor pieces can offer special perks. These perks work with a single piece of an armor set, but can stack for increased effect or be mixed and matched to suit your playstyle. Max stamina. Bryn can perform more actions before getting exhausted. Bonus health. Bryn has a larger health pool. Bonus armor. This piece has a higher armor value than normal for its resources. And so on. Okay. Bonus stats. Codex. Equipment management. Crafting. Sword and shield. Archery. Talk.
I was impressed by how you handled that drake outside the Vale.
A little terrifying, I will admit.
But you kept a cool head and didn't let it get the better of you. Not everyone can do that.
Okay. It's finally time to continue the main story.
So after all the legends, this is it. The Enclave.
Legends for you, maybe. Some of us trained under weavers who were born here. Still, it is surreal to see it for myself now. You're going to be out there, exploring. Promise to take it all in for me.
That wasn't the story. No, it was not.
You must be devastated that your wing is holding you back.
I can't deny that my heart breaks at the prospect of being stuck behind the scry. But knowing I've found the right replacement helps. Besides, this wing won't keep me down for long. I'll be back out there soon enough.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Anyway, enough with the sentimentality. For your first expedition, we need to get the lay of the land. Thankfully, Lane Free has an old map of the Enclave to help us get our bearings. It's 60 years old, pre-Surge. No chance it's accurate, but that's where you come in.
I'll update it as I go.
Exactly. We've made camp in what was once a way station for caravans entering the Enclave. Just below us is Glintwood Hollow, a valley on the outskirts of the Enclave. I've scanned it from the overlook, and we've got 2 landmarks of note. A second loom gate, and what appears to be a giant statue, possibly an ark.
You can see it from here? Must be massive.
If either is functional, Dom will throw you a party. I'll be with you on the scry. With fewer tangles, we're hoping the connection will be stronger. The path is down by your tent.
I'll head out now.
Yay. Okay. Wait, I have a tent?
Your tent. Might not be glamorous, But you can rest here when you're not gallivanting on expeditions.
It's perfect.
I don't know about perfect. I could have done a better job if we didn't lose half our supplies when we passed through the Veil.
She needs to relax.
I didn't have anything close to this in Aaron's band. Half the time I was lucky if I didn't sleep on dirt.
Huh. That's unfortunate. I'll leave you to get settled.
Every time Bryn returns to the South Wall way station from an expedition, her resources are automatically stored in the chest in her tent. They may be used from that point on for quests, crafting, or conversion to camp supplies. Goodness gracious. I think all that reading made my brain stop working. Cool. Okay. We are going to look at that entry later. I have a feeling it's going to be like 5,000 pages, just like the others. Brain tired, yeah. For sure. Arcane tools. Likely used in the maintenance and calibration of the loom gates. Interesting. Okay. Clintwood Hollow. Okay, look for a second loom gate in Feller's Arch. Look for a great arc near the collapsed mine. Okay.
I've got you clear as the sands of summer, Bryn.
No interference on my side either.
The scry connection's much stronger. In fact, we should be able to use the wisp.
The wisp?
Watcher's wisp. Channel a little magic into your earpiece. I'll redirect it to guide you from the scry to the nearest landmark.
Watcher's Wisp. Press up on the D-pad to conjure a wisp. Aurea will consult with the team and maps to guide it in the general direction of your closest objective.
Follow the wisp to reach your nearest landmark.
Oop. I must break everything. Spectral Vista. Oh. Really break everything. I gotcha. I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just climbing things.
More arcs.
Ice pins foes
I'm
up his
really
fucking...
happy we're here.
Arcs were supposed to be used for manual
Ow.
labor. Hostility is strange.
Oh my gosh. I don't think the ice did anything. I think I missed. I don't know if I can break that.
Fresh water in walking distance of the campsite.
I'll set up a purifier for it and collect later.
Hydra's Brook, aptly named for the spirit of water that flows.
Oh gosh, there was two. Oh my god, I would die. Ow. Can I? Why doesn't it automatically log on to the other enemy? Done. I saw something up there. What?
Sorry. I found this GIF of Venture. It's
Oh, God.
so good.
I don't think I want to know.
You can check it out if you want. It's in the Discord.
Oh god. I hate fighting two of them at the same time. Ow. Oh god, I'm completely exhausted. I'm gonna die. I'm stuck. I can't move. Are you guys playing Overwatch?
We are most likely beginning to play Overwatch.
Oh.
I guess.
Well,
You
I
gonna
would-
join?
I would play with you, but I would have to get to a checkpoint, I would assume.
Wait, take your time.
Doctors. Sneaky, toxic beasts.
Use your frost. They're vulnerable and can't hide when cold.
Okay, I was blocking. I'm quite angry.
Okay, okay. I'm ready.
Creatures could be hunted for food. Any of these plants look edible?
Dan will put anything in his mouth if he's curious enough. Whatever he doesn't vomit, we'll eat.
Just try not to poison him.
Oh.
Do my darndest.
I cannot. It was truth. I knew it. I knew it.
Oop.
This must be Hunter's Lake.
Oh my god, that's so many.
Still, why name it after the spirit of flowing water?
Oh, okay.
I imagine just Overwatch, but what beats me?
Oh, I keep hitting RB trying to attack because of Elden Ring.
Whoa. What is happening? I
Okay,
can't
how
go.
does saving in this game work? Oh, you have to finish
got
an
a haircut?
entire expedition.
Oh, you haven't had a haircut since?
Okay, I might quickly do this one and then we'll explore more next time. Because I do want to play with everybody.
A ponytail at this point. Yeah.
Oh, there's the thing I'm looking for. Okay. Oh, hi.
Yes. Nice. I'm sure, dude.
Is this not what I'm looking for? I'm confused now.
Yeah. It's gotta be a Lithuanian thing, man. Oh yeah, it's bad.
I'm just gonna run.
Yeah.
Run!
Every single hairstylist I go to always mentions, like, why is your neck so hairy? Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, so I have more codes by the way.
Ow.
Yeah, yeah. It's it literally has any kind of game mode. So I kind of organize them a little bit. Here, I'll post another. Where did I save it? Oh, sorry. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Now it's update. There's like quite a bit more codes. Plus,
This must be
Either way, so there's like 4 categories. There's mini games that can be like just done quickly. You can just like literally just paste that in and just go in and start playing. And then there's like mini games for long play if you guys want to just like chill and try different game modes.
no sign of life.
And then there's a lot of parkour that I found.
It's leaking from the broken pipe near the edge of the platform.
Yeah.
So we have 2 powerless loom gates and a tangle leaking out of an enclave construction. I wonder if Lane still has that treatise we picked up in Tarsa.
And he's gone.
Nah, she's going to find a checkpoint and then I think she's trying to hop on as well.
Yeah, I have to finish the expedition.
Okay, no worries. There's expeditions?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's kind of like Monster Hunter,
Oh, interesting.
but not like 100%. Because you don't go on an expedition for like a specific monster.
It isn't
You just like go on expeditions to explore areas, and you kill strong monsters to make better gear.
I
I'll get a
see.
closer look.
So yeah, kind of like Monster Hunter.
So you
So
can-
I'm surprised. Yeah, it's like instead of like I don't know, down to earth. This is more like magic-y and stuff like that. I don't know. It's got its own. I don't know. It seems cool.
No, don't fall again. Oh my god. Parkour is not my thing.
An arc of the
No, this is a different game. She was playing. Yeah. She just got this new game. What is even the game called?
Strong enough.
Eternal Strands.
Eternal Strands is the game name.
Dom seems to have an idea about the loom gate, at least.
It originally just looked like a Souls-like game that was like more fantasy-esque, which is cool. But apparently it's more like Monster Hunter, where you have expeditions, you try to like upgrade your gear and stuff like that.
I could use the wisp to guide you there if you'd
Just
like.
do.
Yes, all for the shortcut right now.
Yeah, I knew what you meant. You know. The Elder Scrolls, I feel like I started with Morrowind, and I was too young to understand what was going on, so I just went on a murder spree. With way too much reading, way too much reading, and then I watched Oblivion with my brother playing it, and then Skyrim was like the only Elder Scrolls game that was actually like piqued my interest. Yeah.
Bryn's back. Let's fill her in.
We believe we found a way to
Yep.
activate the loom gate in our camp and in Glintwood Hollow.
Yeah. It's honestly, up until that part, it's, in my opinion, the most boring part of the game. I hate the tutorial. Skyrim.
Guys, what are we waiting for? I want to be the first one.
Agreed. Literally, the tutorial is way too slow. Once you kill the first dragon, that is the tutorial.
So,
But it just
how do
takes...
we repair a loom gate?
What made the Enclave remarkable was not merely their constructs, but their ability to power them. It has long been rumored that beneath our very feet exists an extensive magical network known as the Tapestry. The pipe you found in Glintwood Hollow is proof of its existence. It must be a conduit that directs raw magic to the loom gates as a source of power.
And the tangle that formed around it was a leak.
Precisely. Our theory is that patching the rupture will restore power to the gate.
Thankfully, Seven Lane have a plan for that.
We don't know a lot about Arcs, but I dug up some old stories from logs that we inherited from a weaver band that broke apart. In notes dated before the Surge, this band managed to get one of the enchanters who worked on the Arcs riotously drunk and talking.
Apparently, the Arcs have a thin carapace between their skin and their armor plates that's nigh immune to magic, and can be separated in segments. A magically resistant material like that would be perfect to seal a rupture in the tapestry.
So I need to cleave this carapace off the Ark. There's no way my sword is strong enough.
Come see me and we can make some improvements to Sola's forge. Which, in turn, means...
I could hone your sword so we can cleave the carapace, no problem.
We'll talk.
One more thing. You'll need to remove the debris on the loom gate's platform so that we've got a clear workspace once the patch is forged.
Easy enough?
Everyone's got a part to play in this. Let's get to work.
Okay, Bryn records all of her objectives in her journal. To open it, press that button in the body of the journal entry. Bryn often records additional details about her objectives. Which, that's select, I think. Okay. Well, for right now, we are going to pause this. We will probably be playing this more later this week. Probably tomorrow. But we're gonna switch over to Overwatch and play with everybody.